Hello one and all, welcome back to yet another movie review, and this time I shall be reviewing Paddington in Peru, which is not directed by Paul King as he did with the first two movies, and then Wonka recently made. It is this time directed by Dougal Wilson, hope I pronounced his name correctly, and it once again stars the voice of Paddington, voiced by Ben Whishaw, and the returning actors from the Brown family, except for Mrs. Brown. She is played by a different person. And so, with Paddington in Peru, with its release, it was released in the UK 2024, which is how I'm going to view it. That's how my preference of this release was. To me, in America, it was released this year, 2025. I'm considering it a 2024 movie because it was released in the UK that year, and that's how I'm going to view it. So, with Paddington in Peru, when Paddington discovers his beloved Aunt Lucy has gone missing from the home of retired bears, he and the Brown family head to the jungles of Peru to find her, determined to solve the mystery. They soon stumble across a legendary treasure as they make their way through the rainforests of the Amazon. And I was actually pretty interested in Paddington in Peru because the first two movies are extremely good. I've done reviews of both of them, so you can check them out if you want to hear more thoughts. But also kind of a little skeptical, simply because third installments, they can go either way. They can be like Return of the King, or they can be like Blade Trinity, or in the mid case, they can be like Return of the Jedi, where it's still a good movie, but it's just the weakest in the trilogy. And that is how I view Paddington in Peru. I really enjoyed myself watching this movie on Netflix. I unfortunately couldn't get to see this in the cinema, but got to see this on Netflix, so that's fine enough for me, considering how much time I have in my own spare time. And not because of Paul King, who's still behind the story, which is good. He's behind the story of Paddington in Peru. Dougal Wilson is his directorial debut with Paddington in Peru, and I think he actually directs it very well. All three of the movies are directed extremely well, even though it's a different director with the third film. The story, however, though, I don't think is as good as the first two, personally. I think the first two stories for the first two Paddington movies were extremely taut. With Paddington in Peru, it at times is all over the place, not in a bad way, but not going to spoil it, just in case you haven't seen Paddington in Peru. But the acting is still top-notch. I mean, Ben Whishaw really captures the voice of Paddington extremely well. Of course, all the Brown family members are all great in here. And so then you have Olivia Colman, who plays a nun, who's good in this movie. Olivia Colman's a good actress. I mean, I've seen her quite a couple of things, not in a lot, but I've seen her a few things, and I think she's pretty good. And I think whenever the movie really succeeds, then it succeeds. And so, you know, Paddington is now part of the Brown family, technically speaking, and so they of course travel to Peru, and of course they find Aunt Lucy, who has gone missing from the home of retired bears, which I think that's one part of the story they capture really well. And I think that whenever Aunt Lucy shows up in the movie, I think that's where the movie is really good. And so this is definitely more of an adventure movie, because with the first two movies, in the first one, Paddington was just sort of settling in with the Brown family, but within the second film, he was in prison, making some friends in order to escape prison. But with Paddington, he's with the Brown family, pretty much traveling from where he's pretty much from, Peru. And I think Paddington in Peru is a fun movie, and I think overall it's a pretty good film for the entire family to watch. I mean, I for sure feel like the old days where trilogies are good, where all three of the installments are good, because I enjoy all three of the installments. Just to me, the second film's the best, then the first, then In Peru, but enjoy them all nonetheless. And overall, guys, Paddington in Peru, I think, is very good. Not as good as the first two, in my opinion, but it captures the magic of Paddington extremely well. And it is always a delight seeing Paddington on the big, on the film. And there you go. That is my review on Paddington in Peru. And so comment down below, let me know what you guys think of Paddington in Peru amongst the Paddington movies. Let me know below in the comments, and let's have a great discussion down there. And as always, if you're new, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share this video, and notify that bell before you leave. I'm a movie reviewer from the UK who likes to do movie reviews, particularly classics, because they're my favourite types to do. But of course, I would do new releases every once in a while. But if you're a returner once again, please feel free to do all those. But if you're a returner, welcome back, and hope you're enjoying my content so far. And as always, until my next video, I shall see you then. And hopefully Paddington will still enjoy some marmalade whenever he feels like it. Peace.